Trees consumed annually for paper in America, 850,000. Plastic bottles used each hour in America, 2.5 million.
For many of us, the environment is an issue we see in headlines. Experts debating solutions for global warming, pollution, and vanishing rainforests far from our homes. But what about the environment in your neighborhood? What if energy were being wasted and the air polluted in your community? What if household chemicals were seeping into your groundwater? And tons of waste piling up in your landfills? Well, they are. Very simply, the way we live in America is using up the world's resources and polluting our air and water. Although we're only 5% of the world's population, we use about 33% of its natural resources. And we generate 4.5 pounds of garbage per person per day, more than any other industrialized country. The more food and yard waste going to landfills, the more methane gas there is polluting our air. And even worse, sometimes the trash doesn't even make it to a landfill. When trash is dumped illegally by the side of the road, neighborhoods look run down and neglected. Old tires collect water where mosquitoes can breed, and appliances are a safety hazard and can leak freon, which destroys the Earth's ozone layer.
Gallons of oil saved per ton of recycled office paper, 380. Energy saved by recycling glass, 30%.
The Mid-America Regional Council Solid Waste Management District can help give you the tools to make our community a better place to live in, and it may be easier than you think. Like other organizations throughout the country, the district helps local governments reduce the amount of solid waste going to landfills. It does that by providing and supporting a variety of programs for governments, individuals, and businesses in the metropolitan Kansas City area that help with waste reduction, reuse, recycling, and composting. But what does that really mean? If you picture our current pattern of consumption as purchasing products, using products, and throwing them away, the district's goal is to teach us to buy less and buy recycled, use less and reuse, and then recycle or compost. By giving products a second chance, what used to be a one-way road to depleting natural resources will look more like a circle of life.
Really what we're after is trying to work with people to change the way that they look at solid waste. In the past, it's just gone into a hole in the ground and it was forgotten. But these are valuable resources that we really need to preserve for our future. And the Solid Waste District is here to help assist with that in a number of ways. Primarily, we use grant funds and technical assistance to help educate the local governments and citizens about ways in which they can improve the way that they manage their solid waste.
Gallons of crude oil needed to produce 2 quarts of motor oil, 42. Gallons of recycled oil it takes to produce the same amount, 1.
The Regional Household Hazardous Waste Collection Program run by the district is a great example of area communities working together to close the recycling loop.
This program allows citizens of Jackson, Clay, Cass, Platte and Ray counties to bring materials to either of the 2 drop-off facilities, the one here in Kansas City or the one in Lee Summit. We also have a regional program which goes out and does perhaps 20 to 30 events in communities. I don't think there's anyone out there who you couldn't look at and you could say, you know, do you have household hazardous waste? And their initial reaction is usually no. And then you start telling them what it is: paint, antifreeze, batteries, oil. And I've yet to meet one who says no when they actually have an understanding of what the phrase means. At that point in time, they have to think of a way to get rid of it. And given the option, they will do the right thing if they have the knowledge and the ability.
Other programs receiving grants find a second life for materials that otherwise would be thrown away. Surplus Exchange is a nonprofit organization that collects used business equipment and furniture from local, regional, and national businesses. It uses some of the equipment for work skills training and successfully returns 97% of its donations to reuse in the community. Restore is an organization that salvages and accepts donated reclaimed building materials. It sells them to the public for reuse and gives the proceeds to its parent organization, Habitat for Humanity.
What we do through deconstruction, what we're able to do by hand dismantling the structure, is recover almost about 60 to 70% of the materials in the house for reuse, and we put that back into circulation so the public can use it, and we divert tons of material from the waste stream.
Missouri Organic Recycling produces mulch and compost from yard waste brought in by individuals and local governments, and from food waste brought in by the commercial sector. The compost is being used effectively for erosion control and landscaping. But even with the district's assistance, it's up to cities and counties, schools and businesses to give individuals ways to do the right thing. And all of those efforts add up.
Computers that go out of use each year in America, 20 million. Number recycled, 13%.
Since businesses account for 60% of the municipal solid waste going to landfills, their participation is critical. Hallmark Cards, Policies and Reuse Center have drastically reduced its waste and saved over $40 million in the process. But ultimately, local governments have the opportunity to make the biggest difference in protecting their own environments. Together, Jackson County's employees recycle 1 ton of office paper every workday. And the county has a reuse program modeled after Hallmark's successful efforts. Beyond programs and facilities, the impact of local government policies can be far-reaching. By initiating pay-as-you-throw programs, where families pay per bag for the trash they throw away. By giving residents easy ways to dispose of materials that are banned from regular trash pickup, governments can make a big difference. Policies that reward or encourage businesses to commit to energy-efficient green building principles and green purchasing will help even more organizations join the recycling loop. There is no shortage of options.
Plastic bags saved per year if every U.S. family uses 10 fewer per month. 10 billion.
The good news about our environment is that it's so easy for people to help, and anyone can do it. There are things you can do at home or at work, alone or with groups you belong to. And if we each do a little, we all do a lot. Start by contacting the district, where you can get questions answered, like how and where to recycle, or other ways you can help. They can direct you to the information or program you need. Once you get in the loop of reduce, reuse, and recycle, you'll see that learning a few new habits can actually improve your quality of life. And the benefit of every step you take will reach beyond your immediate neighborhood to your other neighbors, the ones who share this planet. What if every business recycled? What if every local government had a program to collect recycled materials? What if we could find a way to live comfortably and restore our natural environment? Maybe we can.